Ken here, and welcome back to LEGO Heroica in Minecraft. So today we're going to work on some of the more decorative features of this particular map, which means the waterfall over there, the rest of this pedestal over here, and then we might start on some of the side work. So that out of the way, I'm going to drop down here. Alright, so for the waterfall over here, essentially what it's going to look like is it's going to start off with a, let's see here, 2, 4 by 4. We're going to make this out of cobblestone. Because that way we can use the stair step blocks for the prettier parts of it. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means really 1, 2. Oops, didn't mean to jump off. Alright, so that's 1, that's 2. Alright, then we come over here. 1, 2. Alright, so the waterfall is going to be between these two spots. I set this down into the plate of water, when actually it's supposed to be on top of the surface of it. However, just to make it look a little more natural, we're going to do it this way. So now, let's see here. How tall is this supposed to be? So, right, and this one actually goes like this. Okay, now that goes up. Like that. Alright, we need to get some more pieces. So we'll come over here and we'll grab the cobblestone stairs. Put them in place of the bed. And this is where we have fun with it. So that is the equivalent of 2/3 of a brick. So 1, 2, and 3. And that goes up another 2, 3. And I believe this particular block is actually 3 bricks high. because there's one of these over next to the pedestal there. Yeah, it's 3 bricks high. So we've got it 2 up. Alright, so this one starts here. It's 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, that is going to be tapered, but that's generally what it's going to look like, more or less. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back in our little house here, take a quick little nap until morning, get us a coffee, and get back to work. So 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Hit! Missed. I'm sorry for being so quiet. I'm not really 100% sure what to talk about during this. If you guys have any suggestions on what, I don't know, you'd like to discuss / hear, I'm all for taking those suggestions. Okay, so this actually does need to go all the way up because of the cap. Then need that and that. And then we cap it off like that. And, you know, one of the joys of Minecraft is something that is left over from our days playing with Legos, is we generally love to build. And that love, you know, never really lose it. I mean, we may grow up a bit, and we may lose sight of it, but for the most part, it's still there. It's just buried under years of, I don't know, becoming an adult, which in of itself is a pretty traumatic experience. Whoopsie. Alright, and the top cap on this one actually faces this way. Now, one of the things about this is actually getting the waterfall to do what it's supposed to do. So actually, let's see here. What we're going to do, we're going to start it off. What level am I on? That level. Okay. Yeah, that's about right, for the most part. I mean, I'm going to have to do some work to it, but generally, this is pretty much what it's supposed to do. Let's see, I'm going to take some sandstone here, build a back to it, for the sake of placing the water properly. Okay. Okay, I miscalculated on this part, but that should be easy enough to fix. Remove these. And that evens out. Now, whoopsie. Pardon the leg spike. I should really stop pointing that out. Alright, and then and we go. That doesn't look half bad. It's actually kind of neat. I mean, sans that one for middle. OCD powers activate. Alright, and that is our waterfall for the moment, until I try to pretty it up later. Alright, now as I said, we're gonna cobblestone the bridge. That way we can make it a little prettier. We're actually gonna start with the decorative bits. So we have something to work around. Yeah, because if I just leave it like this, it's going to look weird. Well, I suppose I could make it out of chiseled stone. Here we go, stone bricks. We'll do that. And that means we can use the chiseled stairs. Or the stone brick stairs, sorry. I don't know why I keep calling it chiseled. Alright, so and like I said, this isn't something you necessarily have to do if you do a build like this. This is all personal preference. Because I have OCD. Then it just adds a little something extra. My system seems to be having a little bit of trouble. I can't move. There we go. Actually, since it's nightfall, we should probably consider sleeping. I would love to be able to just design things in Minecraft for a living. Because it's satisfying. Whoops. Dang it. It's satisfying until you do stuff like that. So once we're all done with all of this, at the end of the video, I'll add a picture of the Drata map so you guys can see what it looks like in Lego form as compared to this. We still need to create a mast for our ship. So what we're going to do for this is, you know, it's interesting that they added in all the doors and all the different fences and whatnot, but they didn't add in stained glass. I mean, they added in all the different stained wool and all that fun stuff, but the glass, nah. Three. Uh, 1, 2, and 3. I don't think there's banners in this either. I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing them. Nope. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some wool to make our mast. It's a generally easy procedure. We're going to give it a little bit of depth. Actually, what we're going to do, when I can move. is we're going to do that. There we go. A simple sail. Nothing too over the top. Nothing really requiring a whole lot of thought. So, because of the way this area is designed, I'm actually going to do this. Like I said, this episode's going to be all about the little extra details to this particular map. And I've still got a little bit of time before the episode's over. So we're just going to have fun with this. Because there's a boat here, you get a sense that the heroes of this little tale came from a distant land, searching for something. Not really sure what. But something drew them here. And so you know that they came from somewhere far away, like I said. So that lends to the idea that this is supposed to be some sort of sea or ocean or what have you. And the way that this is designed, it looks like this part here is kind of a little island, which is connected to the mainland by these two bridges. So you know you have your waterfall here, which we know is going to be connected to a higher bit of land. We don't know by how far, but we're going to assume that the water goes around our little island here. And the reason why we happened to use this landing was because it was built specifically for this purpose. That fills out that way. There we go. So you know we started our adventure somewhere out in that direction, sailed over here, landed in Dreda Bay. A simple little land. Because we don't have the stained glass, for our crystal I'm just going to use some pumpkins because it'll help light up the area. I mean, I know I could use regular glass, but the crystal in the set is actually a goldish color. Well, I guess I could use glowstone. Yeah, let's do that. Whoopsie. I broke the wrong part. Alright, so glowstone probably be under decoration because it is a decorative piece. We're going to keep the jack-o'-lantern because I like using them. However, for some subtle mood lighting, we'll use the glowstone here. And I suppose we should probably carve it into a more crystalline shape. So that should do. And then, because our boat is in darkness over here, we should probably add some torches. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back in here, torches in decoration. Are they? Or are they under tools? They are under tools. What do you know? So now we're going to place one there, one there, one over here, and one there. Plus a couple on either side of the ship. Because you got to see where you're going, right? Alright. Then we'll put one on either corner of the dock here. They're not necessary, but eh. And then, because it's a thing I do, we're going to carve this out. Oh, I can't see a thing. There we go. Again, it's not something that's necessary. Beat that. Just to make it even. There. A little bit of light under the bridge. torches don't really come into play in the maps until you're in the caverns and the castle. And I'll put the pumpkins back, just because light source. Alright. And for the most part, that takes care of Dreda Bay, except for the treasure chest over here, which I suppose I'll build, but I won't make it actual chests because it won't let me. And then the lid over here. You know, actually, if I wanted to be smart about this, and I know what you're thinking, me, smart? And you know, you wouldn't be wrong. However, when it does that, there we go. A little inset there. And then for this, just so it looks like it fits on. Ta-da! So now, if you actually get high enough to look, you'll see that the lid actually fits on the chest. If you wanted to be really clever, the second layer here no, that wouldn't work. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Because the bottom's still there. I did a dumb. I'm sorry. So we'll put that piece back in there. And lo and behold, we have our treasure chest and lid. We have our waterfall. We have our podium here. I'll fix those towers later. We have our bridge, one of. And since we're already over time, which I'm really good at doing, we're going to take a moment to see if we can make this bridge a little more traversable. So if I add this, will it let me auto jump? Nope. However, it does lend a little bit more aesthetics to it, even if you can't get up on it. gives it a rounder look, which makes it look like it's supposed to be traversed. See? If you really wanted to be fancy, you could carry it around the edges here, but I'm not going to. Because that's a bit much for now. And I think I'm going to call Dreda Bay done. At least for the moment. Let me double check. So if I had the ability, I'd add in monsters as well. But those are actually complex figures and would take a bit more time than I am willing to put in. So we're just going to have to call this done until I do the final detail work when everything is built. So we have the Caverns of Nathis over there. We have the Walder Forest over there. We have Castle Forton in the background over there, and then the sewers of Iliurn off that way off in the distance. Or Ilrion, sorry. And then there is another addition to the Heroica set that was only released in Canada for a single day, and it consists of a tent on a small island off of Dreda Bay. Like, really, it's kind of pointless. But I'll probably end up building it anyway, because that's just how I am. So, thank you so much for sitting through me building this for you guys. If you liked it, please feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, you know where the subscribe button is if you feel so inclined to subscribe. This was fun to do, and I look forward to doing the rest of the series. I'll probably be recording a video a day and then uploading for scheduled release every other day. That way, you know, there's at least content for a while. So we're gonna hop up into aerial view. Get this into the frame. Alright, and that is Dreda Bay. And actually, from up here, it actually does look a little more Lego-y. So, like I said, I will post a picture of the actual Dreda Bay map after this. So, again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and until the next video, take care.